everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood Chippa here. What? Do you not like my mask? Anyway, haven't done a Chippa in the third person for a little while, so welcome back to Chippa in the third person. We just got back from a week-long vacation on Cape Cod. For those of you that don't know, we didn't leave Massachusetts. Massachusetts has rules about going and coming from the state right now due to COVID, and we are listening to them. Also, I want to be able to go back to my job, even though I do have the ability to work from home. Most of my job is physical at the moment, having to be there to help move stuff around and get stuff assembled and built, because where I work, engineers don't just sit behind a desk and bark orders and write drawings and code and all that fun crap. We actually do work. So, that sounds rough. We actually do the physical work as well. Don't want to undermine anyone, but that's the only thing they do. But we went down to Cape Cod. Cape Cod is part of Massachusetts. It's the area of Massachusetts that extends out. If you look at a picture, it's the hook extending out at the bottom of Massachusetts. It's that whole area. It's generally separated by the Cape Cod Canal, which is a canal that cuts that whole section off up near the mainland right around Plymouth. But Plymouth and everything, I guess, could still be considered part of the Cape as well, if not the South Shore. So go down the Cape Cod. We stayed in Yarmouth, and we decided, we were originally going to go to Nova Scotia. And Nova Scotia, this is back in January, before all this happened. We booked a trip for a week to Nova Scotia. And Nova Scotia is way, way up off the coast. If you look above Maine, it's the part of Canada that hangs out over there, pointing up towards Newfoundland. And particularly Cape Breton, which is an island right off the coast of Cape Breton on the upper section. We love it up there. We booked a stay. We were going to rent a pontoon boat on the Brasdor Lake, which is a saltwater lake inland. It's giant. It looks like a Great Lake. It's huge. It was just going to be wonderful. And we waited and waited, but obviously, the borders are still not open for non-essential trips for Americans because we're a bunch of morons. I won't get into that, or maybe I will get into that. But we decided to change our trip to Cape Cod. And, we normally would stay in a hotel on the Cape, but a lot of those hotels are being used for first responders and workers who are essential to keep them safe from their families or to keep people quarantined. And the risk of that exposing us, is there, even though the hotels are doing their best. There's only so much you can do. But also didn't want to take those rooms from those people that needed them. It's pretty selfish during a pandemic to take a room from an essential employee to go on vacation, or at least that's how it felt to me. So my wife found an Airbnb, which was a cottage in a little condo complex down there, and it worked out perfect. We were able to take out and bring home and cook food there, so places we felt were less than safe. We still, up to this trip, had not gone out to a restaurant, whether it was outdoor or indoor seating, as a family or even separate. We had managed to avoid all of that. So we went down there. We brought burgers. We brought stuff to make pasta sauce. We brought stuff to cook breakfast. So we saved a lot of money that way. We did end up going out to eat a couple places at outdoor seating that we felt were very safe, but we kept that to a minimal. There was even one place we went indoors, but they had all the windows open. But again, this is all level of comfort. We were very far from other people, and everyone was obeying the mask laws. I'll get into that, because that was impressive to me as well. So back to the cottage. The cottage was wonderful, and the best thing is, for our daughter Ava, who, we always worry about going somewhere else. She has a hard enough time sleeping due to her diagnosis and special needs, but there was a room with a bunk bed, and this is Ava's room, she said, and aside from one night where we had trouble, she slept in there most of the night, the whole trip. It was amazing, and it didn't mess up her sleep when we came back, which is great. It was just an absolutely wonderful trip. It was just great. We stayed in Yarmouth, which is about, if you look at Cape Cod as an arm, Yarmouth is about like here. It's right before it turns, like Yarmouth, Dennis, Chatham, Harwich, and then you turn the corner up towards Beaufort, Truro, Provincetown, Eastham, all those places. And you have the outer Cape, which is the part that's right on the Atlantic Ocean, and the inner Cape, which is the bay. And, we don't do a ton of beaches anyway. We did go to one beach. It's a little compressed. People were still keeping their distance, but that was a little anxiety filling. But we go to two beaches. One of them's just a walk out on a boardwalk to Sandwich Beach, which is really, really cool. But anyway, so we get there. We did a lot of cool stuff. On Monday, we drove to Provincetown, which is P-Town, which is right on the tip where the little hook comes out. And Provincetown is known for being a haven, especially back in the day when people were not accepted as well, jerks, in the rest of the country. It, like San Francisco, had become a big place for the gay and lesbian LGBTQ plus. I'll get that wrong, and I apologize, all the new things, but for that community. And so, it's a really cool place. It's very compressed. So we wanted to go there because it's a great place to go, a lot of good shops, a lot of good places to eat. But also we're worried, the inland Massachusetts where we are, everybody is being so goddamn selfish about these damn masks. You can't go anywhere. I mean, obviously, we're spread enough apart in most places here where, if you get near each other outdoors, you put the mask up. But outdoors, it's harder to regulate. But, we were worried about the more compressed places, and particularly the more stuck up, entitled folk that have a tendency to have places down on the Cape. We were worried about this being a bit more of a problem. And we didn't really run into too many issues with masks. There were a couple, but particularly in the areas where it's super, super squished and compressed, like Provincetown, they just decided in these areas that it's masks on all the time. So whether you're outdoors or indoors, there's a big sign coming up. Hey, when you get to this particular area, masks on whether you're inside or outside, and it's the law, and you can be fined. And it's like, all right, sweet. And, people would say, oh, compliance, oh, you're taking away my rights. But you know what? Everybody followed the rules. Everybody, for the most part, was very respectful. And it took the tension and stress away, because everybody was doing it and had to do it. It wasn't I walked out of the restaurant and pulled my mask down and forgot to flip it back up, or, I had it down when I was walking and I forgot to flip it up and could have infected you, or could have this, could have that. Everybody was just being good and respectful. And that's so much that it made us comfortable enough we went to the Provincetown Brewery, which was just a wonderful, wonderful place. And I was really happy with how that worked out. So yeah, there's that. The rest of the trip, we went to, in P-Town, we rented a pontoon boat. We took the kids out on a pontoon boat. We were worried about that maybe being a little rough, in the bay up there, but everybody loved it, particularly our daughter. It was just wonderful. So there's that. It was just an absolutely wonderful time. And, yeah. We went to a marine center, got one-on-one private tour through a little marine center. We got to play with sea turtles and learn how to take care of them. It was a place that rescued animals. It was a rescue hospital, actually. They let Ava play, see some real turtles as well. It was an hour and a half, whole family for $50. Crazy considering how much it costs to do stuff like that up this way. But just the whole thing was really, really, really wonderful. We had a great time for a week. It was great to get away. It made us a little bit more relaxed during all of this crazy COVID time, but also we felt very safe. I got this really cool mask that my wife and daughter picked out for me, Sharks, Cape Cod. And, just wanted to share some positivity. We were able to get away. We were able to have a good time. And I recommend to you, when you're comfortable going outside and, being around people, if it's safe, to find something that's a little different. I highly recommend renting a boat. There's nothing during a time like this and being able to turn around and watch the land go away. It's like you're just leaving it all. It's wonderful. But, with that, I'm sure I'll do another one of these this week talking about the DC fandom stuff. I don't want to add any of that into this because that discourse creates interesting conversations. But with that, happy Monday. I'm back from vacation. I hope you're all doing well. This has been the Chippa. I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye.